y'all, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Mo, and today's video, I know I want a mood read, right? Like lately I've been reading for videos, which they're books that I want to read. I feel like so structured and like stuck that I have to read something. So sometimes it kind of like loses some of the enjoyment for me. I'm reading currently Luca by Gray Huffington. A supporter, their username is LGUT3, LGUT3. They told me I'll either love or hate Luca, laughing emoji. They can't wait to hear my thoughts. And I've been wanting to read Gray Huffington for a while because I'm not necessarily on Book Talk, but my cousins and my best friend, they send me TikToks all the time with books because they know I love to read. So like I tend to be mostly on Black Book Talk, and they talk about J.L. Seegers, Gray Huffington a lot, Kennedy Ryan before I really got into her. So I'm really interested because I love Kennedy Ryan, and I've heard J.L. Seegers kind of compared to Kennedy Ryan. So eventually I will read J.L. Seegers, but I don't think emotionally I'm ready right now. And also Alexandria House. I really want to get into their books too. First, I'm reading Luca by Gray Huffington. And again, I don't know that much about this book. It was in my November TBR. It's one of the books I wanted to get to. And it's on Kindle Unlimited. And I'll read what it's about. So right now, I'll just tell you what I'm reading so far about it. I'm on 8%. So we're following, girl, I don't even know her name. Oh, her name is Ever. She just had to leave her, I believe she was married to him. Or it's definitely the children of her her father. God damn. The father of her children. She had to pack up her and her kids' stuff and leave. I think they're both young. I think her youngest is like just started school, like 4 or 5, and then her oldest is maybe like 6 to 8. I don't know. And she had to leave in the middle of the day while he was like at work and leave because he was physically abusing her and just a lot of other stuff, probably mentally and stuff like that too, emotional. So she finally left. And she's going to stay with her best friend Lyric, which I know in this series is called the Eisenberg Effect. This is like following a family. Lyric ends up having her own book, I want to say. I think she's the next book. We're following Luca, which is her brother, and he's getting released from prison. So she's going with her Ever and Lyric. Eric and Lyric. Damn. Ever and Lyric are going to, it's like 3 hours away where he's at to get released, and this is gonna be the romance between the brother and Ever. All I know is that he's not for the bullshit. He's got money, he's got stack, he's gonna put her in the best. He's like, you're not gonna be rolling around with me and my family, my, whatever I got going on looking a mess. We'll upgrade you, basically. That's like the only thing that I do know about this book. So I'm like, I'm here for the energy. Like, I love a Black woman getting spoiled. So yeah, I'm currently reading Luca and I'm enjoying it. I need to stop starting so many series and then just reading the first book and then moving on, because I probably have like 30 series that I've started right now. I would really appreciate if y'all would let me know what y'all want to see in future videos. I would like to eventually read the books that you guys have recommended to me. So if you have any books that you think I would enjoy, definitely do that. I don't want to do something that y'all really with, because if I don't like it, I don't want to be offending y'all when I'm like tearing it to shreds a little bit. But I don't feel like I'm that harsh, but I just, some things, like if someone talks about my favorite book, I would be a little like, did you read the same thing I read? Like, read it again. Read it again. Like, because obviously we need to have a chat. But yeah, please use this comment section today to tell me all the books you want me to read. So one thing I will say, this book, Luca, is for the girls that love urban fiction. Like, this is definitely that vibe. And if y'all know, I used to read, when I was reading Wattpad, I was reading like werewolf romance, and I was reading urban Black love romance. And this is everything. I'm on chapter 5, 27%. I'm flying through this book. I'm flying through this book. I love it so much. I will say, Gray Huffington is like a very detailed author, and like there's nothing wrong with that really, but for me personally, I don't really care for too much details. Like whenever someone is going through an action or something, like I do want to see a picture painted for me. I don't really care about like, oh, she plugged up her phone, she put on body oil and then this and then perfume and then this after the shower. Like some things I don't really care about. I do know that it's setting the scene, so like I appreciate that, but like it's not something I personally really care to look for. But other than that, I'm loving it. I'm the vibes. I love Lyric and Ever's best friendship. Like they're just so compatible. Like they're sisters, like for real, and they're gonna be sisters if she get with Luca. Everything about them, like it's so refreshing to read like a best friendship that's kind of like mine. Like we got each other's backs. Like we're similar but like also different, and I just love reading about friendships among women. Like I feel like a lot of media tries to pit bad against each other, and it's like, why? Like, why? And then Ever keeps saying that like she doesn't really like street boys, like block boys, and I guess her boyfriend, he was like, they were together for 7 years, but I don't think they were ever like, yeah, like they were living together, they had 2 children. She did lose a child unfortunately with him. I think he was very controlling with his money, but I don't know his job. I think that like he was like in the streets, because she keeps saying like I never want to be with somebody like that, like never like that, blah blah. So like I'm thinking it's him, because she keeps saying like I'm done with that phase of my life. So I don't know, but he always had money. And like, I'm not saying that means anything, but like they keep alluding to things about like occupation. So I'm like, Oh my god. Okay, so her and Lyric go out to this lounge, and this dude's like, he been having his eye on her, like, can I buy you a drink? She said, you can buy me a drink, like, as long as you don't come with your company, because, like, this is a girl's night, this is an important night, like, I'm trying to hang out with my girl. And he was like, oh, don't worry about that. He gives her, like, $200 and was like, lock my phone number in, and if y'all need anything else, like, come holler at me, but, like, I'll be over here in this section. He seems really nice, but he's not Luca. Like, literally the title of the book is Luca, not Cedric. But I love the energy he had. He's either too good to be true, or, like, that's really who he is, but he's not for her. But Luca gonna be better. That's what I know. That's what I do know. I'm loving it. I'm sorry. I'm loving it. I love the energy. Like, they keep saying he got BDE, and nobody lied. Nobody lied. Wow, I kind of wish that she had a little season with him, because he lives like 4 hours away or whatever. I'm like, I don't know, girl. But Luca, if you find out he's shutting that shit down, I'll get into that in a second, because he's already be crazy about her and her 2 kids he ain't even met yet. Like, why am I giggling and cackling right now? So because I don't remember what the summary says and I don't feel like looking that up right now, Luca is in prison. Well, he was in prison for 8 years because he did something to protect his younger sister, Lyric. Also, I do like how we're getting to know Lyric's story and like her little issues. I won't say issues, like some of her past traumas, because I know it's just setting us up for her book next. I got to 57% of the book. I have some things that I want to address a little bit. I'm on the fence about whether I do like Luca as a person. I mean, he's respectable. He wants to like treat her right, but like I'm kind of someone that doesn't really like the whole like submission thing. I don't know, submitting, like whenever I feel like 2 partners should be equals. I don't feel like one should be following the other to lead. But like also I don't really do like a lot of traditional roles. This feels like one of those Twitter debates. I don't know. So I think I'm having like a little weird time with that, but they're on their first date, and girl, she couldn't even wait. Like, they didn't even make it into the house, y'all. They didn't make the first day. He made dinner for her, like lobster and steak, and gave her all these gifts. Very cute. It's moving fast. Like, they've known each other for like less than a week. But I mean, that's really my update right now. I don't know. He seems like he's gonna be a great father. He's gonna be able to protect her from Dwayne. Love that. Okay, hey y'all. I finished Luca yesterday on the way back home, and when I was in the car ride, y'all saw a little clip. I read the whole book and I really enjoyed it. I'm at my best friend's house, by the way, if you can tell by the background.
Hi.
And I gave Luca 4.75 stars. I don't know, like, it's like, once I finish the book, it's kind of like in my past. Like, I don't really want to talk about it anymore, because honestly, I really don't want to tell y'all everything that I read. Like, it was just a lot of drama and shit that happened. There were some, like, jump scares. Oh, also, I cried, y'all. I teared up. I was in the car with my cousin, and I was like, if I cry right now, she's gonna be looking at me like I'm really crazy. So I just like teared up a little bit, and I just did a little sneaky thing, like, you know, when you don't want somebody to know you're crying. So let me figure out where I cried at, because it was something where the kids were saying something, like one of the little girls, they went through something very traumatizing. Yeah, something had happened to them, and they had like separation anxiety, so they were sticking to Luca's side, and like they really okay. So the reason why this is not 5 stars is because I feel like the progression of the story went by so fast. Luca and Ever, they knew each other for 3 months. They got so close. Like, so much has happened. So many things have happened. I'm not gonna tell you because it would spoil a lot of the book, but like, think about what you think about when someone's relationship has really progressed a lot. Like, think of those kind of goals. Like, those things were already happening for them 3 months into knowing each other. So I mean, like, it just really wasn't realistic. But like, also when you read like a lot of romances, you have to suspend your disbelief, I feel like, and that was the case for this book. But the moments with the kids are so cute. Like, I love them together. Their sex was okay. Like, it was interesting, but it wasn't like something to like, was it write home about or ride home?
Right home.
Like, screw. Yeah, it wasn't nothing to write about, write home about, but it was okay. Like, I don't know. It just like, that's why I don't like rating sex, because I feel like something that can make you really into it could be like, okay, I just read something on a page. But I hated a lot of the people in here, like not our main cast, but like her ex and then his mom. Like, I was like, Pam, when I see you, bitch, when I see you, I'm beating her ass. Also, I just love how Luca was really taking care of Ever, not just monetarily, but like physically, by her soul. He wanted to be everything, you know? They were both pouring into each other, I feel like, and he was just trying to upgrade her life. And like, the things that I did have problems with too is like things I wouldn't necessarily care for in real life from a man. Like, I feel like if you're with a man that's kind of like Luca in this lifestyle of his, there's like a certain code of conduct and like a way certain people should act and all this stuff like that. But like, I just don't really vibe with the whole submission thing. Like, I know people feel comfortable with a strong person leading them. And like, I don't mind that. But like, for me personally, I feel like it should be like an equal partnership. And like, you shouldn't be trying to order me around. Like, you could try to protect me and take care of me and all that. But like, when it gets to being like, oh, you're commanding me to do something, like, it rubs me the wrong way. I just can't get behind it. If you can, that's on you. But I just couldn't. It was cute forever because she was into it, but I was not into it for me. But this isn't my story, so it doesn't matter. Everything progressed really fast. So now the next book that I'm reading for this like mood reading week, I'm reading, it's called Outdrawn by, is it Deanna or Deanna? It says it's a sapphic rivals to lovers romance. I'm not really vibing with the beginning, but like usually it takes me a while to get into it. Like the first 10% of a book, I'm not like, it's just laying down the groundwork, and I just want to get into the action really quickly, so it's just not my cup of tea. Oh, it's Noah. Okay, Noah and Sage. They're about to work together, and there's like a miscommunication about like the roles of them, and they're, I guess, longtime rivals. I don't know. They write on this like comic strip thing, and yeah, that's all I know. They're about to work together, and one of them doesn't want to work with the other. They used to be cool back in the day, but they weren't cool enough to like exchange phone numbers and stuff like that. But like, they were cool enough to be drawing each other's sketchbooks. I don't know, child. They're like past college too, but it's reading like it's already like a younger age group. That's really it. I just want to tell y'all I was reading that. Okay, so just to do like a quick update, because I was supposed to update y'all yesterday, but right now we're following Sage and Noah. I think I said it briefly when I was at Nicole's house the other day, like 2 days ago. So Sage has been working at this place since like they got out of college. So they've known each other since college. They have been competitors for a long time. It's weird, they never became friends, but like they would stay up late in the libraries and try to see who could stay up later. And like at one point, one of them used to draw in each other's like sketchbook or whatever, but they never became friends. Like as soon as they got closer, like a little bit flirty, like Sage, the one that's like more grumpy, she had like withdrawn from herself and like didn't, you know, whatever. She probably was going through family issues, because it seems like her family has financial issues, and her dad is like 4 years sober from something, and her mom has like a condition or something that doesn't allow her to work. So she's been taking care of her family a lot. And then Noah, she's like more like, they call her pastel. She's like really bright. She has like fun, cute stuff. She's more of the sunshiny person. There's not too much to say about her, honestly. Like I feel like Sage's point of view is more interesting, because she's like, I don't know, Noah's just like the new girl around, so like she's trying to, you know, get herself together, figure out stuff. But like there's this competition coming up from like the website. Like the website is kind of like Wattpad for comics. Like it's called Inkmic. Sage has been on the top charts for years. Like she's been doing it for years, and Noah just became like in the top 5. So like there's the competition again. People are comparing them and all that. So like the Inkmic place was like, oh, I think a lot of the people that have been on the charts for a long time, they're starting to get lazy, and like we're gonna switch this whole thing around. So we're not gonna delete the archives, but we're gonna like start something. We're gonna do a competition. You're gonna be able to like submit some stuff, and you can get like 25,000 in cash, a book deal, like 3 comics, and then you get to talk to like their head board of trustees or whatever, because they might be like producing it into a film. It's like, okay, it's not super interesting. It's just like, I feel like right now this is giving like fluffy palette cleanser, and I don't know if people think that's an insult. I really don't think it's an insult. Like I feel like every book has a purpose for everybody, you know. Like this could be something that you feel like is revolutionary, like your favorite book that you've read all year. But for me, this is just kind of like, it's okay. Yeah, like I'm enjoying myself fair enough, but also I'm only on 24%, so like, you know, hopefully things happen. Like they're starting to like flirt a little bit, because like at first they were just like, oh, I hate you. And that's the thing too, I'm not used to rivals to lovers really. Like I've read more enemies to lovers, I think. So this is different. But yeah, hopefully I'll see y'all this evening, if not tomorrow. Okay, y'all, so I did finish Outdrawn by Deanna Gray. I give it 4 stars. So it was like the first 30%, it wasn't giving that much. And then after that, I was just like kicking my feet up, smiling, and like doing a little tee-hee giggle. Also, I didn't know there was gonna be like a little sexy time. I was very shocked. It came out of literally nowhere, because like they've been saying they were attracted to each other, and the next thing you know, it's like, oh, I need her in my face. I'm like, okay then. I mean, overall, I really enjoyed myself. I wasn't getting the 5-star feeling, but I really did like the book. I liked how it did discuss mental health a little bit. I wasn't expecting that when I got into this book. Honestly, I didn't know anything about this book. I was just going on my Kindle and it popped up. And I know I've been wanting to read the Mendel Hawks or something like that with the Sunny Disposition book. I'll put it on the screen. I wanted to read that. I've been seeing that around, but I never got to it. But I saw this and I was like, oh, the cover art is gorgeous. Also, they're like late 20s, early 30s, which is like not like a new age group, but I feel like a lot of romance books want to center people in their 20s, which they're still in their 20s, but I like them being at the end of their 20s, early 30s. The maturity levels and like where they're at in life, I feel like it was age appropriate. Also, it's really weird because these names, I know a no one's age in real life and they're connected to the same person. I was like, this is weird, very strange. I'm like, Deanna, what do you know? And I know Deanna's and Deanna's. So I'm like, what the is going on here? Like, you ever get moments like that when you're like read like your name or people that you know and they're like a couple names that you know in the same book? I've never really had that happen to me, I don't think, and it was trippy. I feel like simulation done broke, something done glitched in the matrix, I don't know. The more I talk about it, I'm just like, oh, I wish I would have given it 5 stars, but like it wasn't giving 5, and 4.5 is like especially because like the first 30% I wasn't not impressed. I say that all the time. The first 30% I wasn't very interested. Like I was like, okay, where is this going, and I feel like that's usually me in most books, unless they're pretty fast paced. But the book was like a little bit over 300 pages, so I was just like, things need to move along a little faster. After that hump, it did get like better. I think because they started getting closer around 40%, that's whenever I got more intrigued. I didn't really like when they weren't liking each other, which I think I don't really care that much for rivals or enemies to lovers that much, like I thought I did, because I'm like, oh, I just want you to be together already. And there wasn't a third act breakup, so we love that. So I don't know if I left it in the video, but I did start Alone with You in the Ether. I read like 1 or 2 pages, and like the summary and like the first pages just weren't making a lot of sense to me. And I was like, why am I trying to force myself to read this book? I don't want to read this right now. So I'm not reading that. The next book I want to read is Crying in H Mart by Michelle Zauner or Zauner. I have to look up how to pronounce that name. But I know that it's a memoir. I know that it's really heavily related to like food. My best friend really thinks that I should read it, so I'm finally making time to read that. I don't think I'll rate it because it's a memoir, but also people are saying it doesn't read that much like a memoir, but it does. I don't know. See y'all in the next clip. Bye. I was gonna update y'all, but I was just like really into the book. I did finish Crying in H Mart by Michelle Zauner. Hold on, I need to just look up a video on how to say their name. I typically don't like rating memoirs because like you can't rate someone's life experiences. I know people talk about writing styles and oh, it didn't have like a certain flourish or elegance. It's literally someone's life story. Like life is ups and downs. Like I don't think, you know what I mean? Okay, I'm back. Michelle Zauner. I don't really know how to like concisely say this, but it was, I always say interesting. A lot of what she was describing was like very surreal. I thought personally that she wrote incredibly. I don't know anything about her music. I didn't know anything about Japanese breakfast. I might get into it, I don't know. But the way she wrote and described things, also do not read this if you're hungry. Do not read this. Like the way that she describes food, like I'm imagining and tasting foods I've never even had before. I don't really like fermented foods which is weird because I like kombucha, but like pickled things and like fermented things, I typically don't really like. So like when she's talking about kimchi, I was like, I might need to, I think I've had it once. I think I need to try it again though. Yeah, the way she was like reconnecting and relating her experiences and like just experiences and life stages in connection with her mom to food, it was so beautiful. I love when people communicate through food, even the good and the bad. It was refreshing in a way. Like this is weird to talk about because literally a lot of it is about her mother's death. It's called Crying in H Mart because she used to go with her mom all the time, and there's all these connections to like her Korean dishes. I love reading about mother-daughter relationships, so it was really hard for me because I'm closer to my mom. We have a pretty good relationship, so to read about someone losing their mother and like all the surreal moments. You know, when people die, people always want to see the good parts, but like she talked about not wanting to change her bedpan, slowly seeing her mom's beauty fade and all that kind of stuff, and just a lot like the anger and resentment for her father and just a lot of emotional things that happen when people die close to you that people don't, and even a parent. I haven't lost a parent, so reading that was just like, wow. It was heartbreaking. I'm glad that Nicole recommended me to read it. Also, I gave it 5 stars. I don't know if I said that at the beginning, but I don't really like reading memoirs. She had so much like raw emotion on the page. I felt like I was there for so many of the moments. The way she wrote her mom's dialogue and just like their experiences with each other, it was so vivid. That's really all I have to say about all the books. Thank you to everyone that's watching this video right now. I really appreciate y'all's support. I hope that you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.